Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for mid-July 2024. You have this cosmic egg hatching. It says, what you've been waiting for is ready to be, your patience is about to be rewarded. Love it. You also have this Leo card. It says courage. Boost your courage so you can put yourself out there in a bigger way. We've been talking about some pretty big work changes for you for a while here, Virgo. So I do feel that there is, clearly, obviously these things don't happen overnight. So, I think that you're just kind of working through the changes, or you're about to have a big change. For some of you, I feel it could literally be a new job. For others, I feel you're just kind of changing the way that you do things. So take it how it resonates. But again, if you're thinking about doing things a different way in your career or in your business and you're not sure if you should, I think that readings like this are kind of like confirmation that obviously you should kind of make those changes. I think they'll lead to a lot of success and growth and abundance and just all sorts of good stuff. But it's I think you're ready for your next stage. Let's put it that way. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles showing up in your first row here. The Three of Wands is a card, the Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork and kind of collaboration, working together with other people. It can also represent your dreams. The Three of Pentacles, he's accomplishing something big. Normally on a traditional Three of Pentacles, he's got those three pentacles that he's finished, and it kind of represents a dream or something that he's wanted to create. And he's done it with the help of other people. So like I said, I think that working together with other people would be a good good thing for you to do. On a traditional Three of Pentacles, there are those three pentacles that are at the top of the card, but then there's like also another triangle. Those three pentacles at the top form a fire triangle. Below it is a water triangle, and the water triangle is the part of the Three of Pentacles that represents your dream. The water triangle is like creativity or imagination or something that he to me it kind of represents the fact that he's gone above and beyond on the project that he has worked on. He's added his own special flair, or he's added something a little bit extra to what he has created. I think also what's interesting is again that this first card said something about being rewarded for something that you've been waiting for. And with the Three of Pentacles, we have the Sun, which would represent kind of getting attention for the work that you've done. So like I said, I think a lot of you are about to stand out in a bigger way. You have the Ten of Wands. I feel like you are... It's kind of like you've been in this period of having to work on a lot of different things. I also feel that you have been in a period in your life where you have these very kind of real world responsibilities, but then, you also are trying to create something better. So, it's kind of been like a little bit of a juggling act for you here, Virgo, for a while, where you've had to like juggle certain things that pop up in your life. Some of them are challenges for sure. And, some of the other things, it's like you have these challenges, but you're also trying to accomplish something in your life. And so I feel like that has been a challenge. The good news is that the Ten of Wands, normally the guy is carrying the 10 wands to his home in the background, and he's about to reach his home. So he is about to have a harvest, and I feel like you are very close. You have the Four of Pentacles, which I feel pretty good about. Normally, I'm not like the biggest fan of the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can represent holding on too tightly to something because of the fear of loss. And I feel that. So maybe some of you have been holding on to like an old career or job or something that you've been working on because of the fear of loss, which is understandable. It's like if you have something that's making you money, it's hard to let go of it because you're not sure if the next thing will be successful or not. But I feel that some of you are kind of like warming up to the idea of working on something new, or you're like warming up to the idea of doing something different, and you're not so fearful about, letting go of something that just kind of isn't cutting it any longer. And the Ten of Wands kind of says the same thing. So let's see. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Magician, which you have twice here. You have the Magician here and also here. The Magician would normally be pointing down this way. We have the Moon to the Eight of Pentacles. The Moon can also be kind of like your big dream, or it doesn't have to be that big. It can just be something you want to accomplish. Normally, there are mountains in the background of the Moon, and the Moon is part of the Fool's journey, and he just needs to get to those mountains. Mountains represent a challenge, but they also represent an achievement, like once you climb to the top of the mountain. So I feel for a lot of you, this is you kind of like manifesting something like a project or something you've been working on here on Earth. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Six of Wands. Yes, like I said, I feel like you're finally getting the recognition with the Sun that you deserve. The story of the Six of Wands is that the guy has been to war on the Six of Wands, and now he's coming back and he's being celebrated. So I feel for a lot of you, again, you've been through a lot, Ten of Wands, you've had a lot of responsibility and a lot of things that you've needed to do and accomplish, and also I think you've been dealing with personal issues as well. So the Sun is like people finally seeing your strength, seeing how strong you are, seeing what you're able to accomplish. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Cups. I feel like some of you, your ideas about love are definitely changing. I've talked about this with you before. Just based off your astrology, your entire love language, might be changing. I'm not necessarily talking about, that book, The Love Languages, but just the way that you experience love and how you talk about love to yourself. That's what is changing in your life. And also, probably the way that love, plays a role in your life is also changing here. And this is a good thing. And we're not just talking about a person either. We're talking about love in every sense of the word. So I think, just love in your life in general is changing, and how you love and how you love yourself, how you talk to yourself, all those things. And I would, on a very deep level, and also I would really pay attention to that. We go up to the Page of Cups, going this way. And the Page of Cups could be an admirer, but the Page of Cups really could also be kind of like how you look at love. He is normally looking at that cup that he has that has a fish in it. And so I feel that your definition of love and kind of like how you feel about love in general is changing. You have this gecko, it says longevity, agility, and cunning. You have this owl, it says prophecy, attentiveness, and secrets as well. So I feel for a lot of you that you are hoping to build things more that are more long-term in your life. I mean, who isn't? We've had a ton of energy in Taurus. That Taurus energy, Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter's not in Taurus anymore, but it was. We still have Uranus in Taurus. These two planets in Taurus really want us to build things that are permanent in our lives. And, in a lot of the readings that I've been doing for months now, the Ten of Pentacles, for example, comes up a lot. You don't have it here, but, again, the Ten of Pentacles can represent building, leaving a legacy. And so I feel for a lot of you, you are kind of like looking to build longer term situations. I also feel like you're seeing where the cracks have formed in past situations that weren't long term, the things that didn't last. And I feel you're paying attention to this now. The Sun is a very good card. It's the best card in the tarot. It makes the whole entire reading more positive, but the Sun shines a light on things that we need to pay attention to. I always say that the Sun really asks us to pay attention to our attention. So I feel like you're paying attention to where the cracks would normally form, and you're either, I think you're correcting it or getting rid of the cracks, or, you're doing something. I don't know where I was going with that, but, again, I think you're kind of correcting those cracks. You have the Moon as well. I'm not the biggest fan of having the Sun and the Moon together. It can represent two people who are totally different. And again, I'm not saying you are holding on to a person, but if you are, if you're being honest with yourself and you're holding on to a past person right here, Four of Pentacles to the Moon, then I feel like, the two of you we're too different, and, things just couldn't come together. And I feel that there is someone who is, perfect for you here with the Page of Cups, where you are maybe not necessarily similar. Again, I don't want to date myself, that's for sure, right? But again, maybe you're more aligned. Let's put it that way. And I feel some of you could be holding on to a situation that's out of alignment. Again, this could also be in work or business as well, so take it how it resonates. But, I feel a lot on this Moon. Number one, I feel like you need to trust your intuition. I feel like your intuition is guiding you through darkness. It's almost like I see you, if I put myself in your shoes, it's like I see you going through darkness, working towards those mountains that are in the background. And again, it's not like you're going to be struggling or anything like that. And I feel like once you get to the mountain, you'll climb it and you will have success. So I would definitely climb the mountain. And I feel like the mountain could be your next thing. It could be like your next business, your next relationship, your next career, your next whatever. And I really feel the Moon is leading you towards that. I would pay attention. I keep getting the word alignment with these two cards, so I would pay attention to alignment. Like what's in alignment with your happiness and your joy, and move away from the things that steal from that. You have this Magician. The Magician, of course, is all about manifestation. I kind of feel like you are maybe having to solve some sort of puzzle in your life to find success right now. But if you solve that puzzle, I feel it will bring a lot of success into your life. It's almost like, I do feel like It's kind of weird. Again, I feel for a lot of you, you're about to make a change in work or business. I feel like there are people who aren't going to necessarily agree with it, but I also feel it's more of your truth. It's almost like, I'm not saying you're lying to yourself right now, but what I am saying is that whatever you're doing right now in work or business, there could be just an aspect of what you're doing that is out of alignment with who you truly are, or, there's something going on there. And I feel like the second you make the change to, do what is in alignment with you is the second that you are going to be much more happy and feel much more successful. With the sun, you have the devil. I feel for, the devil can represent toxic energy and things like that. In this situation, I think it's talking about creation. The devil can represent root chakra energy. And sometimes I feel the devil says we need to bring an idea up to our head, our head chakra, or crown chakra, and we need to express it into the world. So that's really what I feel here. I don't feel like anything toxic or anything like that. You could be dealing with something toxic, but I feel like this is more talking about you expressing something into the world. With the moon, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about following your heart, following your intuition. Like I literally said on the moon, your intuition is clearly guiding you towards something. I feel like it's something you're looking at. I get that feeling with that Page of Cups, It's like that Page of Cups, he's looking at that cup, there's that fish in that cup. And I feel like that fish could represent, an idea, an insight, an inspiration. But it's just an idea, and it's just in the cup. Like, I feel like you have to, sink your hooks into it and bring it down to earth, or, bring it into the real world. I always say on the Page of Cups, that fish could hop out into the water behind him, but he needs to, make sure to capture that fish. With the Magician, you have the High Priestess. Yes, definitely time to trust your intuition, for sure. I feel like you're being guided through your dreams, your daydreams, like I said, your inspirations. You have a lot of secretive energy here. Like the Magician can kind of represent secrets. The Moon can definitely represent secrets and needing to dig into secretive energy. So I think for a lot of you that there, could be some secrets. And even the Owl card here said secrets on it. And I don't think these are like secrets. I think these are just things you do not know, And so instead of just not knowing, I feel if you learn about stuff that you don't know, that you will be provided with a lot of insight. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have the snake and you have this dolphin. I think the process, the Magician has a snake wrapped around his waist. It's the Ouroboros. This is the Ouroboros right here, the snake eating its own tail. And I feel like the process of reinvention can be fun. And I feel the dolphin is saying that. The dolphin in this deck is about following your bliss, following your happiness, being playful, not taking things too seriously. And so I feel like you are going through another reinvention. It's like you're going around the wheel again. And I feel that this time it could be very successful for you. I think you went through your last reinvention, like 2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. Like go back to that time of your life, maybe 2009 I'm getting for some of you. It's like you reinvented yourself at that time of your life. You went from doing one thing to another. And now I feel like this is saying you're about to do it again. I feel like that could be a little bit scary because, it's like, what's going to happen? Maybe last time you did this, you lost all your money and you had to build it back again or whatever. But I think this time is going to be much more, it's going to happen much faster. You've learned more, you know more, you're more experienced. I really feel that's what this is saying. You have this alligator card, or this Page of Cups, and I feel for a lot of you that, again, the focus here is on capturing the fish. Even the alligator can capture fish underwater. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about capturing your dream or whatever you're working towards and bringing it down to earth. There could be, not really a love reading. There's a little bit of love here. You have the Ten of Cups as well. So if you're hoping for a new connection, there also could be a new connection coming in for you. I would pay attention to alignment because, again, some of you, whenever I get a reading like this where there isn't really love, but there is kind of love, it kind of says to me that maybe you're dating. And again, I would really pay attention to alignment. Are the people you're meeting, or is there one person that you've met that is more in alignment with what you want? And if there is, then that's obviously the person I would pay attention to. You have this Death card, and so you are clearly going through a major change. The whole entire reading says that you're going through this major reinvention or a big change at this time. And I feel like it's very similar to something you've done in the past. This is very similar to Pisces reading. So if you have Pisces in your chart or big planets in Pisces, I would definitely watch that reading because, again, theirs was kind of similar in the sense that they're doing something again that they were afraid of. I feel a little bit differently for you because I don't necessarily feel a ton of fear coming off of the reading. I just think there's like a little bit of hesitation because of the old story. And so again, it might be helpful for some of you. For others, I pretty much just told you what the reading said, so you don't even have to bother, right? And I would just say, go through the transformation. It's going to be worth it. You have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about putting in the work. I feel you've already put in the work. I think that the last transformation, again, 2009 or, between like 2009 or 2012, whatever, take it how it resonates. I think that it taught you a lot. And now you are moving from like the apprentice to the master. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastering your craft. But to really master your craft, it's almost like you have to do it in a different way. And I feel like that's what's happening here, is that you are just living your life in a different way because you have mastered your craft, right? Plain and simple. With the Page of Cups, you have the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups would be a very childlike connection. Kind of weird. I think every reading that I've done where love has come up, the love relationships that have shown up have been more childlike, more playful, and that does not mean serious, right? Or that does not mean that it's not serious. It just means that it's not so serious. And I feel like there's a big difference there. It doesn't mean like this person is like a child. It just means that it's more fun, more lighthearted. You're not always worrying about things, all that good stuff. And that's what I would pay attention to here. With the Death card, you have the Page of Cups. Yes, definitely, I feel you are making changes that probably have to do with your truth. The Death card is your truth. It is about, like, what is really the truth for you. Even the Death card has the two pillars from the moon in the background with the sun coming up between those two pillars. So I feel like you're kind of getting down to business here, and you're eliminating the parts, those fears of, like, I don't have a good example here, the more that I think about it. But it's almost like there are certain fears where if you say how you really feel about something, that your business is going to go under, or that you're going to lose customers, or, whatever. And I feel like this is saying, yeah, but if you expose your truth, then you're living your truth, and you will attract the right people. And I feel this is like work or business related. It's about like you making a decision. But again, this could be anything. It's like maybe you want to move and you're afraid of telling the people you work with, or maybe you're afraid of telling your boss because of what they'll think. But I feel it's like part of your truth. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups. Again, could be a knight in shining armor for some of you. Could be a water sign. You have a lot of water showing up here. So if you want love, could be a knight in shining armor. I also feel that the Knight of Cups is dreaming. He's normally looking into the cup, and he is normally dreaming of something. And so I feel like you could be, manifesting a dream or working towards a dream. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Swan Spirit. Says time for a deep dive. Yes, I feel it's time to explore your emotions and how you really feel about things. You have this Peacock. It says let it shine. I feel like you need to, move into the sun. Move towards your happiness, your joy, and not worry so much about like what other people are going to think if you do that. You have the Five of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. I feel like there's just good stuff coming in for you here. I mean, Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty. The Five of Cups and the good stuff would just represent you turning around and seeing the two cups behind you, which then when you do that, you get the bridge and the castle as well. So clearly there are like bigger and better blessings coming in for you. The Ten of Cups can represent kind of like being divinely blessed. So I feel that there's a lot of happiness and joy coming in for you with the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is about choosing happiness though. Those 10 cups exist above their head. So the people on that card, they are doing things to be happy. And, I think that there's a big difference there. So I would do more things that bring more happiness into your life. And that's exactly what I would do with the Ten of Cups. You have this chimpanzee card, the Two of Pentacles. It says balance, go with the flow, and fun. So the Two of Pentacles, represents fun because it's like work hard, play hard. And I definitely feel that for you. You've been putting in a lot of work with the Ten of Wands here. And now it's time for you to have more fun in life and do more things that you enjoy. You have the Ten of Swords with the Five of Cups. Ten of Swords says something is over, which I feel like this is a good thing. I think you're ending a difficult cycle. We already kind of talked about this, that you've been through a difficult cycle where, probably a lot of lessons to learn. I also get this feeling with the Ten of Wands that, like I said earlier, that you've had a lot of responsibilities that are not yours. I think you've dealt with a lot of things that really just don't belong to you, and that could be coming to an end as well. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Four of Swords. Yeah, finally taking a breath, finally being able to get some rest, and finally being able to, just chill out, right? I know that people love when I say chill out. So chill out, Virgo. And I feel like that's what you're going to be doing, resting, relaxing, recovering. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon. Things are turning in your favor. I feel that whatever this card said, it said what you've been waiting for is ready to be. Your patience is about to be rewarded. So I feel that this is basically saying your patience is about to be rewarded. I also feel with that Wheel of Fortune that you are focusing on the correct things. The Wheel of Fortune, we really have to double down on the good stuff to get more good stuff, and that's what I would do there. You have this Wreath card that says sorrow over loss. I feel like you're kind of moving past a loss. Four of Pentacles, whatever you are holding on to, you are releasing. You have this romance celebration party, so there definitely could be a romantic situation coming in for you at this time. You have this chair empty. It says someone is leaving your life. Four of Pentacles, whoever that was. So a lot of you could be ending a cycle with a past person and moving towards something new. I also feel that this could be you. I get the feeling of some of you making a big change. It's like, but it's a bigger change than just a move. Like, I feel like you're like leaving a job that you've been at for a long time and moving. So, again, if some of you, obviously that's not going to be true for all of you, but for some of you, I feel like you could be kind of totally changing the people, the places, the things in your life. You have this haystack. It says karma. You will reap what you have sown. We're in a time of karma. We also have a Mercury retrograde coming up at the end of the month. So, whenever we have Mercury retrograde, it kind of is the return of karma. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. This could be good karma, clearly. You have this ink pot. It says problems to be resolved. Nothing is ever perfect. We will always have to deal with something, and I feel like that's what that's saying. But I really like this. I feel like your patience is being rewarded for sure. But this looks good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.